to my kitchen. Yeah, we're gonna try some M&Ms today. I was in the store minding my own business, walking past the candy aisle and seeing all of this Easter candy. Came across these pretty little pastel colored M&Ms, so I thought this large tube with the larger M&Ms, they are pastel colored. But these smaller tubes, I thought they were pastel colored too. Now these are the mini M&Ms here, but they are just the regular color, okay? All right. So, anywho, we'll get back to the M&Ms. But we're gonna make this M&M cake today. Like I say, Easter is coming, you guys. So, just in case you all want to try a pastel colored M&M cake for all the Easter egg hunts. All right, we're gonna use 3 cups of our Swans Down cake flour. And you guys, to that, I'm gonna also add 3/4 ounce box of this vanilla pudding. And we have 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Now you guys know when I did the jelly bean cake, I didn't do the pudding, but we're gonna do the pudding in this one, okay? So I have the pudding, the baking powder. I added it to my 3 cups of Swans Down cake flour. Sifted it one more time. You know, Swans Down comes pre-sifted for you already in the box. So when you buy this from the grocery store, it's already been pre-sifted for you. But once I add other ingredients, I like to sift it just one more time. All right. Then we have 3 cups of sugar. I have 3 sticks of unsalted butter. It is room temperature. I have 1/8 ounce block of cream cheese that is also room temperature. You will notice it's already in my mixing bowl again, since I have a tendency to forget. So it's already in the mixing bowl. Let's see, I have 6 large eggs. And you say, Miss Donna, you doing 6 eggs today? I am. Why? I just felt like I wanted to do 6 eggs rather than 5. So that's true story. So I just decided, you know what, we're going to do 6 eggs today. So we have 6 large eggs that are room temperature. All right. Y'all, that's the truth. That's the only reason I'm doing 6 eggs rather than 5. Then we have 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'll be adding the salt in the beginning when I add my extracts. I'm going to use about a tablespoon of this pure vanilla. Be using about a teaspoon of my cream bouquet, my bakery in a bottle, as I love to call it. Let's see, we have about 3/4 cups of these little mini M&Ms. Okay, now let me share my thought process with you guys again. With the mini M&Ms, I feel like that they won't be as apt to sink, being that they are mini. Okay? And then with the cream cheese, it makes a thick batter, and I feel like that's going to help them not sink also, in addition to adding the pudding. So it's going to be a thicker batter. So hopefully that's going to help my M&Ms not to sink. And you guys, one more thing I wanted to do. I'm going to add just a little bit of, to my M&Ms, I'm adding just a little bit of melted butter. And I'm going to mix that up, and then I'm going to add my flour to coat it. And I'm hoping that that's going to help too. And yeah, I didn't mean, I just took just a little dab of butter, melted it. And it's not hot, you guys. It wasn't in there long enough to be hot. But anywho, I'm going to just stir my M&Ms. And like I said, when I add the flour, hopefully that'll kind of help that flour to stick. So now I have some shiny M&Ms. But like I said, that butter wasn't hot enough to melt it. Alright? Okay. And I wanted to put the butter on now because I may forget later. Okie dokie. Now, with these, the M&Ms, the little mini M&Ms are 3/4 cups. I don't know if it's going to give me as much splash of color that I want in my batter. And I was really hoping, again, I was thinking that they were the pastel colors. So, since they are not, I have my little handy dandy gel colorings and the food coloring. And these are all the colors that are in the larger pastel M&Ms. And I think I'm just going to put some little drops throughout the batter. And then I'm hoping that once the cake bakes, you'll see all those different colors of pastel colors too. Child, we're going to see. Y'all already know. Look. But I just want it to be another fun cake. You guys, it's Easter. So we're just having fun. Okay? Okay, is that everything? If by chance I've forgotten something, you guys, I always put the ingredients in the description box below. My oven is preheating to 325 degrees. And I'm going to do a glaze, and I figure we'll do a pastel colored thick glaze as well, okay? I have thoroughly washed my hands. Don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, because that's just nasty, all right? So let's get started mixing this cake up. Now remember, my cream cheese is already added to my mixing bowl. And to that, I'm adding my 3 sticks of unsalted butter. And to that, I'm adding my 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of this pure vanilla, which is probably going to be all of that or more. A teaspoon of my cream. Okay. And I'm going to mix this up just a little bit by itself. Just this butter and cream cheese and the extracts. I'm going to mix it just a few seconds by itself so it can get mixed up really well. And then I'll start slowly adding my 3 cups of sugar, okay? And then we're going to cream this butter, sugar, cream cheese for 10 to 12 minutes. Now I have to stop a couple of times to scrape down my bowl. So sometimes it takes me a little bit longer. Now you want to scrape down your bowl. If you don't have a scraper in your mixer, stop a couple of times and scrape down your bowl, because you're going to notice that the cream cheese, the butter, the sugar is going to start accumulating on the sides of your bowl. So that means if it's up here, not down in your bowl, honey, it's not getting creamed. Okay? So make sure you stop your mixer and scrape down the bowl a couple of times. I do set me a timer. You can't rush this process because it can affect the outcome of your cake. You don't want... Now, pound cakes, for the most part, they are a little dense, in my opinion, but you can make it denser, heavier. You can make it fall. You can make your cakes gummy. You don't want any of the above, okay, if you try to rush this process. So take the time to thoroughly cream the butter and the sugar and the cream cheese, okay? And once we're done creaming, I'm going to come back and let you see what that light and fluffy should look like. You don't want to hear those sugar crystals mixing around in the bottom of your bowl. So honey, just set your timer and then go do something else while we're creaming, okay? We have been creaming for 10 minutes. We're light and fluffy. Now when you cream and you're using the cream cheese and not just the butter and the sugar, it's going to look different, okay? So it's a lot smoother when you use the cream cheese, okay? But you still want to do the same method when you're just creaming the butter and the sugar. All right? So now what we're going to do, before I forget, I also decided I wanted some lemon. So I added about a dropper full of some lemon oil too. So you may want to add about a teaspoon of lemon extract if you like. Now with the mini M&Ms, when I added that butter, I just now added the flour. Either if you want to add the butter, wait to add the butter because the butter started to solidify on the M&Ms, but I caught it before the butter had hardened too much and went on and got my M&Ms coated with flour. But I said, ooh, I better mention that, honey. Don't let that butter sit there because it will solidify on you before you get to adding the flour. Okay, so now we're going to start adding our eggs, and I'll add my eggs one at a time. I only beat just a few seconds after adding each egg to get rid of that yolk, the yellow, so it disappears. That may take about 10 seconds, okay, if I were to try to give you a time. Maybe about 10 seconds, okay? So we're going to add our eggs one at a time. Then after we add our eggs one at a time, we're going to start adding our flour. I do turn my mixer down to add the flour, so you definitely want to mix on low. So my mixer is usually on maybe about 3 when I'm adding the flour. We don't have anything to alternate it with today, so we're just going to add a little bit of flour at a time to get it mixed in. You do not want to overmix. This part of the mixing process does not take nearly as long as the creaming of the butter, sugar, and the cream cheese. So this is only going to take just a couple of minutes to mix in that flour. You're not trying to mix until you get it all smooth. Don't do that. Add a little bit of flour, mix it for a few seconds, and you'll see once I start mixing in the flour, you'll see how long I wait before once I pour it and mix it, you'll see how long I wait before I add a little bit more flour, okay? And then you won't see that entire back and forth process. Once I let you see me add the eggs and then add the flour, add a little bit more flour, then you're going to see me just adding that last little bit of flour. I'm not going to bore you with that entire process, all right? Okay, I think that's it. So we will start adding our eggs. You guys, I didn't realize until I was adding my eggs that I have on my whisk attachment, but it's fine. I know some of you may ask, Miss Donna, why didn't you use your paddle? I don't know, for whatever reason, this was the one I put on. But, you know, it's not a problem because I use both of them, but just in case some of you are curious as to why I didn't use my paddle attachment, this was the one I grabbed to put on. Okay? So now I'm just going to make sure everything is mixed up well. There's nothing that's, you know, on the sides of my bowl or in the bottom. Okay? I have thoroughly sprayed my cake pan with Baker's Joy. And just like I did with the jelly bean cake, I'm going to go on and put a little bit of my batter in my cake pan because I do not want, if I can prevent it, I do not want any of the M&Ms to come in contact with directly with the bottom of the pan, okay? So hopefully this is creating a little barrier. Okay, now I also mentioned adding some color to my batter, and I want you to see what I'm going to do. I'm just going to show this one time, but just know that this is what I've done throughout the batter, okay? This is each color. I'm just going to put some drops here and there, and then just kind of swirl it throughout the batter a little bit. Not much, because I wanted all of the colors, all of the pastel looking colors, I wanted them throughout the batter, okay? So what I'm trying to make sure I'm doing is not leaving a big dollop of food coloring for somebody to get in their mouths. Okay, so I'm just going to do that throughout the batter. All right, you guys. And then we have our M&Ms, and we're going to get these folded in. Try not to get too much of that excess flour in the batter. No M&M left behind, just like no jelly beans were left behind. So we're just going to gently fold these in. So now we're trying to get the batter as level as possible, or even. And I've smeared some of the color, which is fine. I don't want to hit it under the bottom, but that's what we're looking like going in. Okay. I bake my cakes on the middle rack So I adjust my racks. I bake my cake in the middle of my oven. So I adjust my rack, one rack, to where it's in the middle, and that's where we bake. So we're going to set the timer. We're going to bake probably about an hour and 15 minutes. I'm going to set it for an hour and 10 because that's usually when I can smell it, and then it should be done. We bake for an hour and 15 minutes. So now we're going to sit here and cool at least 10 minutes before I flip. And in the meantime, let's do our glaze really quick. Okay, glaze time. Really simple. I'm still kind of thinking through me adding the colors. So right now we're just going to whip up the glaze. I never measure, okay? I always just pour. I never use a mixer. Okay, lady, if you get the hole a little bit larger, then the rest of this powdered sugar will come on out. Always do this by hand. Never use a mixer because it's just easy to do by hand. Let me lower you guys just a little bit. Alright, so I also forgot to grab it. I want just a little hint of lemon too in this glaze. So I'm going to do just a little bit. This is my lemon oil. This is what I added to the cake as well, okay? I purchased my lemon oils from my local cake supplier. So I purchased it in the store here. Unfortunately, Miss Lou doesn't have a website or anything. Okay, to that I'm going to add just a little bit of vanilla. This is a clear vanilla, just a little hint of the clear vanilla, and then just a little dab of my cream bouquet. Just a little dab of my cream bouquet. Okay. Now when you start adding milk, we're just going to add milk to this, add just a little bit at a time, because once you get it in, you can't take it out. And if you make it too thin, then you're going to have to add more powdered sugar to compensate, okay? I like it rather thick in the beginning because it also helps me to get my glaze smooth, all right? Then we just mix. And that's it, you guys. Easy peasy. We have glaze. It's also a great arm workout. Okay? Now I'm probably going to add a little bit more powdered sugar to this, because for one, I'm going to need a little more glaze. But if by chance it's too thick when you make it, just add just a little bit more milk at a time, and then stir until you get your desired consistency. If it's too thin, then add some more powdered sugar and stir. And just keep adding powdered sugar until you also get it to your desired consistency, okay? But that's easy peasy. That's how quick it is to do a glaze. Cake has about 6 or 7 more minutes to cool, and then we're going to flip the cake and let it cool some more. Pretty, pretty. Now we sit and cool for a bit longer before we start glazing. Okay, I'm gonna start coloring my glaze, and I'm just gonna drop a little color from each of these tubes in here. And then maybe do a little swirl. And see how it pours out. So once again, I'm gonna swirl a little bit. And then see what we come up with. Just want it to look like Easter. And I do want to keep some of the white glaze as well. Let's see, where's my green? Got some green in here somewhere. Okay, that's the purple. Where's my green? Right there's my green. Okay. So let's see what we come up with this glaze. M&M pound cake with a colorful Easter vibe going on kind of glaze. All of the extra glaze is down in the hole, along with all of the extra chocolate M&Ms. Another one for the kiddos. It is time. My. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh, I was going to say, what was that? That was a flag. I was going to say, please tell me that is not a bird. What you looking at? Oh, I thought you were looking around my shoulders.
That's a pretty cake. What kind is this one?
You don't have to tell me.
Show the people.
I have to find something. I can't tell him what kind it is yet, because I need to see if he sees something or taste something.
I can guess what kind this is. Let me just guess.
Let you just guess. I'm trying not to. I want to cut another little piece off. Say, well, what you doing? You back there eating M&Ms. I know that's what you're doing.
It's my piece. I don't have to share.
Oh, you sharing?
Whoa.
With me, babe.
But you got your piece.
Oh, I don't.
Who piece is that?
I'm just doing this so I can get a wider view.
Oh, well, you eat that wide view, that piece.
No, honey.
Go ahead, eat it. Eat it. Please, babe. Eat it. Eat the cake, Anna Mae. Eat the cake.
Oh, let me show y'all. Look at me. Y'all see?
Wow.
Let me know, Charlie. Y'all see that?
Now, this is good.
Is that good? What you tasting? Huh?
Okay, I got lemon. I definitely taste the M&Ms. It's all
Do you?
It's mixed in the thing. I mean, it really is like M&Ms mixed in the cake.
Oh, you taste the
This
M&Ms?
is good.
Yeah.
No, this is very good.
Is it? I was wondering if you were gonna be able to.
God, about that moisture.
Is
What
it
you
moist?
do? No, that's yours.
No.
That's yours, Donna.
Your piece is bigger than mine. Okay.
Yeah. That's the help you piece.
No, I want your big corner.
Here you go, babe.
That's a tradition.
Yeah,
That's a tradition.
it's a tradition, man. We need to change traditions around here.
No, I'm not gonna stop eating this corner piece of cake. You better quit making faces.
Small dinosaur.
I'm glad I added a hint of lemon.
That lemon is good. What makes y'all want to eat some?
I was trying to see. I guess it's kind of hard to see the M&Ms because there are many, but you taste them.
I taste them. I taste them.
This corner fell off. Let me check. Oh, then I taste a little
Anytime I
crunch.
taste
Wait a minute. It's like the chocolate in the M&M was soft, and then I taste the crunch of the M&M.
this is good. Now, this is really good right here.
I like this better than the jelly bean.
I was just going to say that. I can get out of my head. I was just going to say that. I like this better.
The jelly bean cake.
That's so doggone moist. What? You know what?
You know, I'm gonna tell you what it is.
What you change?
I realized I love making cakes with cream cheese, and I put a pack of that pudding in it, the Jello pudding. I didn't put that in the jelly bean cake.
This is sure enough good.
But I'm loving cakes as opposed to using milk, doing cream cheese with a small box of that pudding. And the pudding was vanilla. That's good.
This is screaming for some ice cream. I'm telling you the truth.
You are a trip. Okay, here, babe. Look. He won. Here, look. Okay, y'all, that's good. That's good. Oh my goodness. Look, that's another one for the kiddos. They will love it.
And the big
That's
kids
all
will
right.
too.
That's all right there. I bet you was trying to grab an M&M and then smush that one, cause I didn't have no smushed M&Ms in here. Oh, that's good.
I don't know how that could have got like that.
Make sure you had the extra M&Ms to fall out. Yeah, that is so good. Okay, that's great. Happy Easter, you guys. Happy Holy Week, all of that. I'm just seeing this Easter candy. What we doing next? I'm seeing this Easter candy and want to put it in the pastel. That's so Easter. Even the top of it remind me like a Easter egg hunt. That's nice. That's good.
It's
Okay.
good. I tell you that.
All right, you guys. You
Listen, guys. That cream cheese that cream cheese and that pudding. It has changed
That's
the
it
whole
right there.
dynamic. I mean, the moisture is
love
just
it.
crazy.
I think I'm gonna do. I love it, y'all. I'm really stuck on that cream cheese and pudding.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's a game
That
changer.
sounds kind of good.
That's
Okay.
a game changer.
All right, you guys. Thank y'all. I really appreciate you all for watching. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you've not subscribed, please consider hitting the subscribe button, the subscribe button.
Hit the button.
And then turn on the notification bell.
The button. You hit the button, please. I'll just say hit the nosy. Hey guys.
And the notification bell just shakes. That's that shake
Some.
something.
Hey,
Shake something.
let me say this to you guys. I am doing better. It just don't seem like it, because every time you see me, I'm
Stop telling stories.
I ain't telling stories now. I'm doing
That's
better.
all that banana pudding you had too.
Oh,
How you doing
the people don't
better?
know what they looking at. They said trick camera. It's trick.
It is not a trick camera.
It is, man. You know the truth about me, Donna. You know the truth about me.
And I know you're not doing better.
Donna, don't listen to people. Now I want to be more. I just want to be tender with you, but don't make me go out myself.
You silly. Oh Lord, listen. Thank you guys so much for
nosy.
watching. We already look forward to you joining us again. Next time, y'all make these babies some Easter cakes, okay? All right. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Get at the M&M's.
Just taste it. It tastes like the same M&M's that's in the
I
potato.
know it does.